Hey there, this is Danielle from Polygon. I'm going to show you how to do the dragon contract in The Witcher 3. Get this one in Fyresdal by talking to the gentleman, and that leads you right to this woman whose sons were killed by a dragon, or a dragon-like creature. Very unfortunate, very sad. Not a nice thing to die by. You check out the bodies, get some clues. It means you're going to have to go investigate the fields where they were killed, basically. So you do that. Take a look. Doesn't look like there's any fire, but there's a blood trail. And that brings you to the dragon or dragon-like thing's lair, basically. This cool little cutscene with a dead dog. A lot of dead things. You spend a lot of time looking at corpses in this game, for sure. By the way, this is a level 28 suggested quest. I was able to do it at level 21 without too many problems once I kind of got the hang of the fight. Once I was in the fight, so don't despair. Once you do that, you go back to the village elder. He wants to tell you a lot of stories, and he makes you herd a goat, or a sheep, rather. It's a little sheep. And what you do here, basically, this took me a little while to get. You kind of just run around in circles. If you go left, it goes right. If you go right, it goes left. It kind of gets away from you. And then we figure out what we're looking at here, and what it is weak to. Draconade oil, Ard sign, some potions. That's what we're looking at. It's a fork tail. Not a proper dragon, but a fork tail. Looks pretty dragon-like to me. What I did for this fight, because, again, I was a bit under-leveled here, was I put up my Quen sign, my shield, for pretty much the entire fight. Dodged around the dragon's attacks, or the fork tail's attacks, and just lay in on it, basically. I used Draconade oil before the fight to prepare. And I actually had enhanced Draconade oil, which is very, very helpful to have. Once you see you can avoid the attacks, get your shield up, you do some pretty decent damage on this thing. It has a lot of HP, especially if you're a little under-leveled like I am here. And it definitely has a nasty attack. What it likes to do is whip its tail around at you, so you want to definitely beware of that. I was able to kind of get to its side often enough, which is really helpful here. Just keep putting damage on it. I have some runes on my sword here that actually cause fire damage, and occasionally even freezing damage, which is nice. Seems like the fire damage is actually hitting more often. Now this forktail is relatively fast, but it's not the fastest creature, so I actually had no problems sort of dodging around it. Your dodge is quick enough to pretty much get out of the way. What it likes to do, it likes to fly around and sort of dive into you with a really massive attack right there. Once you see the shadow for that, just get out of the way. It's not hard to avoid once you know what to look for, basically. So again, Draconade oil, Quen sign, lots of dodging, getting to its side, avoiding the tail, and avoiding the head. If you can get to the side of this thing, that's really the best thing you can do. I kept my Quen shield up the whole time. Just seems to be a good strategy if you're under-leveled for something. I almost died there. That was really, really close. But a little swallow potion and a little Quen shield. Geralt made it to keep fighting, basically, on this one. Some environmental stuff to keep note of. There are some rocks here that you can get stuck on. You just don't want to be trying to dodge away when you're stuck on one of those rocks, basically. That happened to me a couple of times in less successful iterations of this fight before I really had the pattern down. But the forktail is not too tough once you kind of know what you're doing here. He does... I'm not sure if it's venom or if it's some kind of fire. He spits something at you that's nasty or tries to bite you. Avoid the head, avoid the tail. Just walk back till you get that Quen shield. And he will eventually go down. Not too tough, not too tough. And that's how you finish the dragon contract. Draconade oil, Quen sign, and a lot of dodging. Thanks a lot.